accidentally discovered the entrance to Lilliput while helping ants fly, but upon closer inspection, I found that these little people were cultivating immortals, and I just recited the Tao Te Ching casually, calling a useless person who couldn't practice to break through one after another. That's why people here worship me as a god. Later on, I had a sudden idea and tried to cultivate the simplest fire control technique in Lilliput Kingdom. Looking at the fireball popping out of my palm, I fell into contemplation, and the reason for all this is that I accidentally discovered a dusty box while cleaning the room. It contains many mountains, rivers, and streams, and when I carefully observed it, I found many little people wearing ancient clothes standing on the top of a mountain. The most important thing is that they are actually fighting each other. What surprised me even more was that a few of them were actually stepping on something and flying in mid-air. At this point, I still couldn't believe it. I thought it was my own mental illness, until a sound came from inside the box. Qingyin Ran. Today is the day of the downfall of your Qingyin sect. I saw a man with a malicious face stepping on a flying sword in mid-air, looking down at the crowd below and laughing wildly. And on the mountaintop, a woman in a purple dress covered in injuries looked at the figure in the sky with a face full of reluctance. Tuloma, as long as you release the lives of our sect disciples, I am willing to lead a sword to kill myself. If you don't want to, I'll fight my life against you to the end. More than 100 people who survived on the mountaintop came forward to surround the woman after hearing this sentence. With a look of death at home, the man in the sky also put away his thoughts of playing cat and mouse when he saw this scene. With a hung, he reached out his palm, took a photo of the people on the mountaintop who were still stubbornly resisting. Just as the woman in the purple dress reluctantly closed her eyes, standing outside the box, watching everything, I now decided not to stand idly by anymore. Reached into the box and caught the arrogant man. At the same time, a giant hand suddenly extended from the clouds in the sky of Qingyin sect in the mainland of China. Everyone present only felt that something was blocking the sunlight. I saw an unforgettable scene in this life. That giant hand seemed slow and fast, catching Dulamo in the sky, and then squeezed it hard. Everyone didn't even hear a scream. The breath of Dulamo disappeared between heaven and earth. Only a few drops of blood fell from the sky. And after that giant hand finished all this, it retracted into the cloud. A disgusted voice came from Gao Tianyin. This old man has a lot of nonsense. Everyone froze in place, watching as the giant hand disappeared, speechless. A strong person from the golden elixir period was thus pinched to death. Qingyin Ran was the first to react and knelt down on the ground, kowtowing repeatedly. I earnestly request the senior to save my Qingyin sect. Subsequently, the disciples of Qingyin sect also reacted and knelt down on the ground, shouting loudly, imitating her appearance. I earnestly request the senior to save my Qingyin sect. Not far away, Dulamo's accomplices were already scared to the point where their urine and feces flowed together, leaving behind a sentence from our elders. After unintentionally offending us, we did not hesitate to use the blood-burning secret technique to quickly escape. At this moment, I sat outside the box and looked at my hand. There's actually a small pool of blood in the palm of my hand. Come up and smell it. A disgusting smell immediately swept over my face. Only then did I believe that I was mentally healthy. There is really a cultivation work hidden in the box. After carefully collecting the box, I lay on the bed snoring without even taking a shower. The first thing I woke up the next day was to lie on the outside of the box and observe the situation of Qingyin sect. The bodies left by yesterday's fighting have been cleaned up. Only the remaining bloodstains prove yesterday's fight. At this moment, I saw a woman in white practicing her sword at the edge of the cliff. After reading it for a while, I couldn't help but praise it well. And on the cliff of Qingyin Mountain, Yunya, who was practicing swordsmanship, suddenly heard the praise and was startled. She looked around cautiously and finally turned her gaze to the cloudless sky. Is that you, senior? Upon hearing this, I did not deny it. The sword dance is very beautiful. After confirming that it was yesterday's rescue of their senior, Yunya's face was filled with joy. In her opinion, this mysterious elder is countless times more powerful than the disappearing Yuanling ancestor of their sect. Being able to receive such praise from a great monk proves that her efforts have not been in vain. Yunya smiled at the sky and said, Senior likes to watch the younger generation dance sword, so I will continue to dance for you. Seeing Yunya so sensible, I felt a surge of pity in my heart. After all, who doesn't like obedient little lolly? After a while, I saw Yunya's sweaty and hardworking appearance. I picked up the mineral water on the side, poured a small bottle cap, and placed it on the sword refining platform where Yunya was located. Take a break. Drink some water first. And when Yunya, who was refining his sword, heard this sentence, he saw a giant hand appear in the sky. Then a red circular grinding disc was placed on the sword refining platform. It wasn't until the giant hand disappeared that Yunya could see what he had put down. The red circular object is a huge container filled with a pool of transparent liquid emitting spiritual energy. Is this spiritual liquid?